Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. In the Scotch game, d4 gains space in the center and attacks the e5 square twice. E takes d4 opens up the center and is somewhat forced given that white was attacking the pawn twice, and protecting with d6 doesn't work out. Knight takes d4 recaptures the pawn and centralizes the knight. Knight takes d4 trades off white's centralized knight. Queen takes d4 recaptures the pawn and develops the white queen to the center. This move clears the way to bring their bishop into the game. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. They bring out their bishop, increasing their control over the center. You had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. The game was fairly balanced, but now your opponent's position has worsened. You overlooked an opportunity to move a queen to safety. They slipped up a bit here. Not the worst move, but definitely not the best. You permitted the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This move forces your queen to retreat, giving your opponent extra tempo. A good choice to move your threatened queen. You get a chance to kick a knight. You kick the opposing knight with a pawn, forcing it away, moving their threatened knight to safety. You overlooked an opportunity to kick a knight. Avoiding the trade was the smart choice here. You allowed the opponent to win a queen through a fork. Your opponent set up a fork, which will win your queen. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They played the strongest move available. A clear recapture. Both kings are castled now. You had a better option, but this is not bad. They move the queen to safety. This wins a bishop. A straightforward recapture. You escape the check from the bishop. Precise move from your opponent. You're putting your king's safety at risk with that push. You'll never be able to move that pawn backwards. A clear recapture. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Their rook is now active on an open file. You allowed the opponent to force eventual checkmate. Decent move, but they had a better one. You permitted the opponent to force eventual checkmate. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You allowed the opponent to force eventual checkmate. They missed a chance to force eventual checkmate. Yes, this is the way. You can pick up a free queen. You captured that free queen, placing the rook in an open file. Not the best move, but not bad either. They found a way to win your pawn. You take back. Their rook occupies the 7th rank, aiming to restrict your piece activity. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. They took your pawn for free. You've moved your knight to a powerful square. That's playable. Nice, definitely the right move. A correct move to get their bishop out of harm's way. You step your king away from the checking bishop. They've improved the positioning of their bishop. You are material up, and simplifying the position is good for you. A straightforward recapture. Your doubled rooks work great together. Pushing their passed pawn. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Very good choice. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You will win a pawn with a fork. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. Placing your rook behind your opponent's passed pawn makes it harder to promote. They made one of the top moves in this position. You step your king away from the checking rook. Decent move, but they had a better one. You escape the check from the rook. You get a chance to checkmate the king. Always feels nice to win.